give and they get. Then they run around town beating their chests like they forget. I can forget for now, but I won't never forget. No, love how I feel, knowing the universe got my back. Whoa, love how I feel, knowing that money gon' come right back.
Here we go. This episode better be damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about it, bro.
All
Let's
right,
really
boys.
run through it. This past
Yeah,
year,
why not?
you know,
Yeah,
the whole
yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. If you're here, please like, comment, subscribe. Actually, drop a like, leave a comment. Let us know your feedback. Hit that subscribe button. Our subscribers are going up, and it would be nice by the end of the year if we could hit 100,000. And if you want exclusive content, exclusive episodes, that would be on our Patreon. And our Patreon is in the description. I'll leave the link there. I mean, we're raw, unedited. We're posting once, 2 times a week. And those are more of the OG style episodes. And yeah, if you want more content from us outside of YouTube or Spotify, check out our Patreon. We're here. Got the boys back.
What's going on?
What's good, fellas?
Yeah, so we're here because we shot an episode yesterday. And
Was that yesterday?
I was literally just about to say that. Was that yesterday or 2 days ago?
Wednesday.
That was Wednesday.
Thursday.
What's today?
That was Thursday.
Today's
Thursday.
Saturday, right?
Today's Saturday, yeah.
Yes.
So it was Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay, yeah, because you kept saying yesterday too, and I'm
Did I?
like, dude, was that yesterday?
Yeah, no,
like,
it wasn't. Well, we also never get together on a Saturday, really, to record anyways.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's just
okay,
like,
so yeah, so 2 days
2
ago we
days
shot
ago.
it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And yeah, I guess it wasn't, you know, the best episode. Energy was off a little bit, kind of repetitive.
Yeah, so today we're drinking.
Right.
Well, me and Z are drinking.
Absolutely. I'm drinking in spirit.
It's spirit.
I'm
Yeah,
drinking in
it's
spirit
spirit.
with you guys. But yeah, I guess today we're going to talk about why that episode sucked. So, and just what, you know, I guess the past year, you know, past few months, where we're at in life now. Yeah, I guess, I mean, just the craziness of this podcast, and you're showing me videos of us at 7 years old or
Yeah,
8
it was
years old
amazing.
before the, I don't know, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, how does everyone, I guess, I mean, where do you want to go with it from there, I guess?
I
You know, where
mean,
do you want to...
Bro, for me, this entire year has just been kind of like on like a healing journey, I guess, for me.
Okay.
Because, you know, not to beat a dead horse, but I went through a terrible breakup in January. And from there, I've just been healing. And I think that the realistic side of what healing looks like is a lot of it, it's repetitive,
Right.
right? A lot of it is just doing the things that you know that you need to do. And what we do is we come on here and we talk about life experience, and my experience for over the past 6 months has just been very repetitive, so I just have the same thing to talk about. You know, and I think in a way that's beautiful. In another way, from a content perspective, it's a little bittersweet because it's the same shit,
Right.
right? And then if you want to even go like a year ago, I was in Italy watching my best friend get married, and I was in one of the worst places I had ever been in my life.
Yeah.
And now a year later, I'm feeling much better. Not there yet, but I'm feeling much better. But yeah, again, it's just very repetitive. So I think it's okay that we feel like we're kind of, I don't want to use the word rut. I don't think rut's the right word. I think what I've noticed over the past 10 years of just creating anything, but for me, it's been close. And obviously for the past 2, it's been the pod. But for the long term, 10 years, I get in creative ruts all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I get writer's block a lot, you know? And I don't necessarily know how to snap out of that. I think just going about, and again, to piggyback off what you said off camera, is through life experience and yada yada. And for the most part, my life experience has been the same over the last 6 months. So I just talk about a lot of the same shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which I think is okay, because I think a lot of people deal with that shit, but they also come to us to make them feel seen and heard, and it's bittersweet in a way, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking lately, like, do you guys ever struggle with maybe identity a little bit, or like who you actually are? I feel like I'm like a few different people, you know? I feel like I live a lot of different lives, and I've become a lot more aware of that over this past year. I mean, we're, 7 months in, coming up on August.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think that where it's just like, there's times where I feel so dialed and so aligned with like my purpose and who I am and who I'm supposed to be. And I feel good. And then there's times where I feel like completely lost. and they can be a day apart.
Mhm.
Like there's
Right.
one day where
Mhm.
I'm like damn, like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, you know,
Mhm.
and like, you know, you're driving, you're listening to music, you're like you're almost smiling, life is good, and then the next day you like question everything you've ever done. You're like, what am I doing? Why did I act this way? You bring up old memories, you know, you bring up past trauma, you think about the things that made you feel bad, and nothing triggered it. It just like that's where my mind went that day. And then there's another day where I do stupid stuff that I'm not proud of, and then I'm like, who is that guy? And then I'm like watching myself from a like a bird's eye view, from like a third eye, and like I'm consciously doing something, but it's like there's like maybe no control there, right? Or I don't do the things that I know I'm supposed to be doing, and yeah, I question like am I who I say I am? Am I who I want people to think I am? Because most of the time I am, but then there are times where I'm not. So yeah, so like that, I guess that like identity struggle of like, you know, it's just been a weird. Yeah, just been a weird time, I guess, from like 20, well, I guess when, you know, from the end of 27 to turning 28, and then the first half of being 28 years old. It's been a very weird time in my life with everything, relationships, money, business, the podcast, my personal life, my mental health, like everything. It's been very weird and confusing.
Same.
And
I could say the same.
yeah, I'm struggling to just figure out who I actually am
Right.
and who I want to be.
Mhm.
Yeah, I, for whatever reason, I was just thinking about, as you were saying that, about like a piece of cloth in wind. So it's like you're not, as the piece of cloth doesn't dictate what kind of happens to it. It's like life kind of comes and goes, the wind kind of comes and goes, and it's a very uncomfortable way to live because you're constantly going like to and fro, and
That's good.
yeah, I don't know. I was literally just picturing it. You
Well,
know, in my
because
head.
bro, I think I've probably said this to you guys before, but I've definitely said this to like any therapist that I've ever spoken to. There's this dude Angel that I met on socials, who's kind of like a life coach that we voice note back and forth all the time. He's always randomly asking me how am I doing, what's going on, yada yada. And I tell him sometimes, I'm like, bro, sometimes I feel bipolar. I'm like, because there's some days where I'm fucking great, where I wake up, I can't wait to go to the gym, I can't wait to work out, or something at war related, I can't wait to go do it, I can't wait to go shoot this, or can't wait to come record a pod. And then there's other days where I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I feel like shit today, and nothing triggered it, like you said. And to piggyback off that, like the wind is just blowing in a different way, and there's nothing that I could do about it. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, certain songs will still come on. I cried on the way here today for no reason. I had a fine morning. I slept fine. I took that Magic Mind sleep. I slept like a fucking baby.
Right.
I woke up. I couldn't wait to come out here and spend the day and be like, yo, what's up? We're gonna go to dinner. We're gonna hang out, whatever. But I heard a song or two. And I just started crying on the way here. And it's like a mind fuck, because it's like, damn, today I was in a good place, but something triggered me real quick. And now I don't feel good. And I'm getting better about not letting that take over my whole day. Maybe like 3-4 months ago, it would have taken over my whole day. And now it doesn't. But I still have that in the back of my mind, like, damn, the wind could blow to the left today and it could fuck up a couple hours of my day. And I am, again, to say I am doing better with not letting it take over my whole day, depending on like when it hits. And maybe if I spent the whole day by myself, then maybe it wouldn't have been a good day. But I came and to hang out with my boys and to record and to go eat and to hang out or whatever. So I was able to put it to the side. But it does fuck with me a little bit from an identity standpoint, because I get my friends all the time. They're always like, yo, and mind you, they don't watch the full form. They don't watch the long form of this. So I tell them like, yo, I'm not listening to you because you only watch the clips. But they're like, yo, don't you think that maybe you should just go and talk about some lighter shit? I'm like, no, we just talk about the shit that's going on in our lives, you know? But it's hard because sometimes I want to talk about cool shit and nice shit and fun stuff. And then the other times it's like, no, I can't wait to come out here and like let it all out. And it makes me question, like, I don't know what imposter syndrome means, but I could definitely know that I feel some sort of, who the fuck am I?
Just want to take a quick moment and thank our sponsor for today's episode, Brooklyn Bedding. I was sleeping on a Tempur-Pedic bed, and it was a little soft. It was probably 5 years old, and I would have lower back pain all the time, honestly. Play a lot of sports growing up, go to the gym a lot, and I sleep on my side, which probably isn't good. And once I transferred over to Brooklyn Bedding, I've been sleeping so good, and I think having a firm mattress now, like it made me realize how much I've been missing out
Mhm.
because I've never had a firm mattress before, and I mean I'm getting so much better sleep. It's I actually enjoy it. Like I look forward. I'm like I sometimes I forget that I have the new bed because you have the same bed for so long,
Right, right.
and then sometimes I forget, and then I jump into the bed. I'm like, oh damn, like this is a little different
new.
now.
This is a new experience.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was my first ever like nice mattress in my life.
right.
I usually sleep on like couches and floors,
Yeah.
and like, yeah, yeah, from the moment I got it and it like vacuums, like the moment it did that thing, I was like, oh, this isn't, this is something different.
Yeah.
This is a different type of mattress. I almost didn't feel successful enough to sleep on it. But no, in all seriousness though, it really is a great mattress. I don't know how much more I could say about a mattress other than I get great sleep.
Yeah.
And I feel great in the morning.
Yeah. And the mattress is something that you should really take serious to and like invest in.
Yeah.
You know, like that's one thing like you don't cheap out on.
For sure.
And for you guys in the market for a new mattress, we have a special
Special
code
offer.
for you. Go to brooklynbedding.com, use promo code JOURNEY at checkout to get 30% off site-wide. This offer is not available anywhere else. You have to use the code JOURNEY on the very last page of checkout to get this discount. That's brooklynbedding.com. Use promo code JOURNEY for 30% off site-wide. Again, brooklynbedding.com, promo code JOURNEY. And if you're in the market for a new mattress, don't miss this opportunity.
Shout out Brooklyn Bedding.
That's
Right.
what I
You
feel.
know what I'm saying?
That's what imposters. That's what I was looking
Like,
for.
I don't know the
Imposter
definition
syndrome.
of that, but I know that I definitely look in the mirror sometimes and not know who I am because there's some days that I feel great, there's some days that I don't feel good, and there's some days where it's a hybrid. And it's like there's nothing that I could do to snap out of either. I could put the mask on and pretend like I'm okay when I'm not. But sometimes I just wonder, like, yo, who am I? Because I've always been a sad kind of kid. I've always been able to lean into the depressed emotion. And then when I know I need to snap out of it, sometimes I feel like I'm just putting on a mask and it's fake and it's not real happiness.
Right.
You know, and sometimes I can't decipher between when was the last time I was actually like happy, like actually happy, not pretending like I was happy, like actually happy. So it's hard, bro. I don't have the answer, but there are, to sum that all up, there are some days where I feel, and that's not to take away from people who are actually bipolar, but I do feel like manic sometimes.
Yeah.
I just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounds like you're just constantly influenced. Like your life is consistently influenced by things outside of you
100%.
External.
versus you influencing how the day is going to go, what things are going to look
Taking
like, how your
control.
life
That's why I
is
love that
gonna go.
analogy you just said, because that was great. The fucking
Yeah.
cloth only determines.
Well, because think
which way
about
it weighs
what a
'cause of the
cloth
wind.
is, right?
Yeah.
It's like not a very strong
Thin
thing.
fabric.
Yeah, thin fabric, right? Versus like a real foundation.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I just believe in the zero, kind of the going to zero moment. I think that's when it starts.
How do you feel about, I guess that part of you? Because I think it's also different for you because I think you try to hold yourself. I mean, I think we all do. And like, I'm still working on it. I'm still early, like with the God. But at least for you, I feel like you try to, like, you hold yourself to a higher standard, but you still like mess up. So does that question, because you like, sometimes you're, you probably tell yourself, I want to be this type of man. I want to live more like Jesus, and stuff like that. But then we fall short.
Yeah.
Does that ever hurt? Like make you question yourself sometimes? Like, am I?
Yeah, I also just want to give a quick disclaimer because, like, I know a lot of people, whether we're on the YouTube or the Patreon, like, maybe when I talk about Jesus, you get uncomfortable.
Right.
So I just want to, like, give a quick disclaimer and just say, like, I'm going to be more mindful to be respectful of everyone's beliefs. Not that, like, so maybe just instead of saying Jesus, I'll say God or something like that,
Yeah.
Because
I just feel like this is how it could relate to you in this situation, because I'm
for
sure that's something that like maybe you struggle with, because
I have seen that you hold, not that you didn't always hold yourself to a higher standard, but like you really hold yourself up there now, being so close to God, studying to be a pastor. Like whenever you do slip up and we talk off camera, you are, I don't want to say you're very hard on yourself because I think that sounds negative, but like that is kind of what it is. So like that's a great question. What do you do when you feel like you do mess up in a way, and how do you snap back into it?
Yeah, so imagine being like that piece of fabric your whole life.
Yeah.
For a lot of your life. And then you pick up a Bible and then you feel rooted.
Mhm.
That's why I want to do all that, hold myself to that standard. It's because I've just seen it. Like, so I was at my youth group last night, and yeah, I said the story on the other podcast. Well, I'll make it quick. But basically, there's a girl in my youth group that's 16, and she anonymously dropped in. We have like a question bucket where they can, you know, if they're struggling with something, whether it be like patience, right, or like feeling confident or something like that, they could drop it in the bucket. But she came and she had every verse about all the weird shit in the Bible. Like every weird thing that ever happened, like the rape and like potentially women not being valued and God leveling cities, right? I remember looking at it just like, I don't even know all the weird stuff. I had to be like, what in the world? But as she was like, because then she finally spoke up about it yesterday. And as she was speaking about it, again, I had this other vision in my head of like two puzzle pieces, and went to the chalkboard and I wrote it on the board, and I'm like, all right, I don't know why this thing works, right? But it does. And it doesn't matter how much I don't want it to work. It doesn't matter, like, if I don't have the two matching puzzle pieces, these things aren't going to go together. Right. Like I can't try to get whatever I want by using other things.
Mm-hmm.
And up until this point, that's what I felt like I was doing. I felt like I was going after what life told me to go after, and I didn't know any better. And then when I found God, I started feeling less like that, piece of cloth in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as like, I mean, I'll just say I don't really struggle with identity. I don't. I feel very happy with God. I feel like God is something in your life that produces less of that cloth thing for two reasons. One, he inspires you to do the things that you're supposed to do. If God exists, and I think that means that you have a purpose, I think the only way to find it is to follow God. Yeah. And so I feel like everything that I do in my life, dude, I love a lot of the things I do in my life. I really do love now, and I think I'm starting to see the fruits of those things. And then the things in my life that I might, when I guess like how I kind of break it down is like this: like we feel to and fro because we're too again, we think we know what we want, but I just got very granular on like what I really want, and what I really want is like innocence, so that's why the other night I wanted you guys to come to the movie night, because pizza's good, going out's good, but there's something about going to this like church environment and kids are running around and they have like the lights, and you're sacrificing. I didn't want to be there either, but I'm going to sacrifice to come here because maybe I'm going to make a difference in that person's life, or maybe they're going to make a difference in my life. Because I know that like if I get pizza, I know that I'll be full, but that'll be the end of it. But if I go to this thing that makes me uncomfortable, something might happen. And that's that. I think I've felt, I think I really, at this point in my life, really know who I am, because I've made a habit of doing things that get me uncomfortable, or I don't want to do them.
Yeah.
And I think that's helped a lot.
Yeah, no, it's a good point, because That's one thing that I guess I've been thinking about, and I was gonna like even ask you because last night, I mean, I was at my boy's party, right? And my boy Chima was like, he's asking me like, "Yo, you ever hoop anymore?" I was like, "Nah." And he was like, "Dude, like," he's like, "Do you know how good you were?" He was like, "Dude, you were nasty." He was like, "Dude, you were so good." Like, he's like, "I don't even think you understood." He was like, "I remember." He goes, "I specifically remember the summer where you like took it to a different level, and you like came back from school, and I was like, oh, like Zach is different, you know."
Mhm.
And I was just using that, and I was like, "Oh, thank you, bro. I appreciate, like it's just like humble, like cool." Like I was like, "Yeah, I was all right." He's like, "Nah, bro. Like I remember one time I was up 9-0 on you, but in the back of my mind, like I knew I wasn't safe, and you beat me 11-9, and like whatever." But I'm using that as like an example, right? Because we get it all the time. Because I think that's one thing. Like I really like, dude. I do not feel like that proud of myself like at all for anything, and I don't know why, because I do believe like I'm doing very good things, but I know a lot of people struggle with this, and that's what I'm trying to figure it out of like what. But that like that I'm gonna bring it all back to
course,
what
yeah.
you were saying is like when you do things for other people and it's like sacrifice and you get really nothing in return. I think that's when you start to feel more fulfilled, right?
Yeah.
Because all the things that I'm doing are like self-fulfilling,
Mhm.
right? And I'm like willingly going out, posting on social media, doing the podcast, getting guests, trying to make money, whatever. And it's nice, but it doesn't make you feel good,
Right.
And I think that's that thing where I'm just like what is ever gonna make me proud? I mean, what else do we have to do? I mean, maybe we have this conversation 2 years from now when we're in a completely different space, but I don't know if it's going to change. I mean, we did 400 million views. What next year we're going to do, the next 3 years, 1 billion views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're
it's
going to
not
get
about
bigger
that.
podcasts and more money, and we're going to travel and live a better life. I'll be happier, because of experiences are going to bring me that joy. But I don't think it'll ever be like actually fulfilling. So that's what I'm saying. Like it is those things when like I feel the best when I help people. I feel the best when I give back and don't ask for anything in return. I feel the best, but there's times where I stray away from that because I'm so far to where I think I want to be.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I don't have time to do stuff that isn't like putting me in a position to be more successful.
Yeah.
And that's why I stray away from that. But I'm genuinely like never like the basketball shit that he was saying. I was like, yeah, bro, it was cool. But like in the back of I just have like that sad, that negative shit. I was like, dude, you were you bounced 5 schools, that's where my mind goes. You were like, you were 5 schools, you win a few JUCOs, you finish at D3.
That's because you're so much more than that, though. That's the thing. I think I have something for that. The only time, and I honestly just figured this out right now. The only time that I feel fulfilled, right? And I guess it's doing something for myself too, because I look back on the clips that I posted a lot over the past 6 months. Very vulnerable, very transparent, and of course, that was for me. This is bro therapy for me, right? But when I feel the most fulfilled is when I get a message from a kid or a comment from a kid.
Yeah.
But most of them are messages. It's telling me, yo, you don't know me. I don't know if you're ever going to see this, but you have no idea what you've done for me. You saved my life. You helped me here. I get kids messaging me sometimes at 4:00 in the morning. Hey, you might never see this, but it's fucking 4 a.m. where I'm at right now. And I stumbled upon your messages at the greatest time that I could. And you did something for me.
Yeah.
And that's when I feel the most fulfilled. And you want to
Amen.
know why, bro? Is because I was that kid at 4:00 in the morning so many times where I didn't have nobody. I didn't have no clips. I didn't have no podcast. I didn't have nothing
Yeah.
to go and relate to and feel seen or heard through fucking somebody else, bro. I had somebody comment on a clip the other day that said, I just want to thank you because everything that you've said right here is all the things that I was never able to put into words, and now I finally feel seen and I feel heard.
Yeah.
And like, there is so much value in that. I could speak for the three of us, but I could definitely speak for myself that like I like cry sometimes when I read that shit, because I also know, because I get it from my friends all the time, not like making fun, but just like, yo, why'd you post that? Why'd you say that?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you just don't get it, dude. I'm
Yeah.
like, you just don't, like, you don't have the outlet that I have, number one, and you just don't get it, and I can't explain it to you. So I get in my head about it sometimes because I'm like, damn, I wonder if this is gonna go on YouTube. I don't give a fuck. I wonder what Gianna thinks when she looks at some of those clips, because I talk about her now more than I did when we were together.
Mm.
So sometimes she's probably like, yeah, now he's talking about me finally,
Mm.
you know? So I get in my head about it, and then I think, all right, well, I'm gonna stop doing that. And then I get the kid that messages me that's like, yo, you fucking saved my life. So
Yeah.
that's what I say, that when your boy comes up to you and says, yo, you were so good at basketball, bro, yada, yada, and you're like, yeah, bro, thanks. And then you appreciate it. I know you do,
Yeah.
because you fucking still love basketball. But all of us have so much more to what we do
Mhm.
than just that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it, bro, because like, this should go back to the imposter syndrome. I do second guess myself a lot. Should I post this? Should I say this? Not even should I say this, because when we hear it, I don't give a fuck. But when you read it back or you listen to it back and you're like, damn, should I have said that? Should I talk about it? I talk about some intimate personal shit on here, you know? And I
Yeah.
post it and I wonder what other people are thinking, or if there's a girl that I'm talking to at the time, what is she thinking? And I've heard it from a couple of them before, even if it's just in a joking manner. Definitely from my friends. And then it's the kids, the 20 plus that I get a month, honestly, that are like, yo, you fucking thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
it
that
feels
has
the best.
nothing to do with money. That has nothing to do with views. Has nothing to do with the amount of comments. Has nothing to do. It just has to do with me tapping into the 18, 22, 25-year-old me, 30-year-old me who didn't have anybody to go to listen to hear that
Yeah.
made me feel seen and heard. And that's where my fulfillment comes from now. And
Yeah.
it doesn't have anything to do with money. I'm sure that'll come here, but it don't have anything to do with that.
Yeah.
And that's why this shit means the most that it does to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, you know, bro, I think certainly the best things in life, they don't cost money. They don't cost like dollar bills in the sense like, you know, go make this money elsewhere and then pay for this thing. I think that when the thing comes from, I don't know, I have a weird opinion of, I don't even know where I was going with that, but basically just my opinion of money is like, if I try to make money just be like another extension of me now.
Mm-hmm.
I try to make money like a very like personal thing now, right?
Mhm.
Where like,
What I'm thinking right now is that
Yeah.
there have been times in my life where I valued my own self-worth based on how much money I made that month.
yeah,
And you know
bro,
how
it's just,
toxic that is?
yeah, it's something, you know, we gotta get out of. So like, here's one thing that I've realized. The thing that makes me really happy is genuine, like, one-on-one connection with people.
Mm-hmm.
And now, no matter how bad or like what else I have going on in my life, I know that I want to go do that. That's like something I really want to go do. But it's very weird, you know, because there are other things as well that I think are good for me, but making the good decision is often not even hard. It's like impossible. Like, there's like severe blockages. Like the fact that like our reflex isn't to always do the right thing, shows me like how far away we are from how things are supposed to be. And that's why I'm trying to hold myself to that standard, is because I'm trying to like I'm trying to break what the world did to me.
Mm-hmm.
It made me
Mhm.
it made me very lustful,
Mm-hmm.
but not even women. Lustful for everything.
Yeah.
I need my brand to grow. I need my business to succeed. I need this girl to like me. Bro, it gets like sick.
You think it's a dopamine thing?
Yeah, I think it's a lust. That's what I'm saying about lust. lust isn't just about women. Lust is like this, like,
Just wanting to feel something.
yeah,
Yeah.
I need
Yeah,
this
yeah.
thing to happen, right?
Mhm.
Last night in my youth group, we were talking about fruit of the Spirit, and the Bible basically says, here are these 9 things that the Spirit is supposed to produce, and then it compares it to the fruit of the flesh. And here are 9 things that the flesh produces, and it basically says, walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. But then it also says, if we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. What about human nature makes us want to do things that we not only don't want to do, but hate,
Mhm.
and do it again and again and again? And I guess that's just like in like, that's why I like, you know, going to Christian movie night at the church, because when I do that stuff, I go, dude, just immediately comparing that
Mhm.
with all of my bullshit
Mhm.
just feels so much better,
Mhm.
Right.
you know? And that, I think that is like I think that's just like a argument for service in your life, you know? It's just something, there's something about like serving other people that just feels really good. And there's also something about innocence that feels really good, bro. I think a lot of problems stem from our like weird desire to have and be had.
Why do you think we want innocent women?
Yeah,
Right.
That's what we want to end up with.
Yeah.
An innocent girl. We don't want a girl that's fucking done it all.
Right.
We want a girl like we want to show her the world.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why it's like that's why we're attracted to like an innocent woman. Like when like a good girl comes in that's innocent and has good morals and good values and like kind of like seems almost like
Mhm.
timid, like to the
Mhm.
world, like don't really know much. Like, oh damn, I like her.
That's
But
why,
that's
bro.
why, yeah, we like that innocence, you
Yeah.
know. But no, it's true, bro. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was just sitting here, like as you were talking about that, and obviously we were speaking about the identity stuff, and I was like, because this is something I've always struggled with. But then I thought about it. I'm like, what really is it? And I was like I wish I viewed myself how other people view me.
Mhm.
Like I can never look at myself the way that other people look at me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't know why. I've
Yeah.
never been able to do that. Like you ask people, what do you think of Zach? Great guy, so nice, always does everything. Like we'll do anything for you. Will he's the best. All that stuff. Why don't I feel that about myself ever? And I think that's what like where I struggle the most because so like everyone tells me always like how good of a person I am, how good I'm doing, how proud of me they are. And it's like why can't I feel like that about myself? And I've been like chasing that, I feel like so long I've been chasing to feel as proud of myself as other people are proud of me. And I don't know what that is. And I don't know what's going to get me there, but I think that's been something that I struggle with the most because I get it so often, like so many people, like it's nonstop. It's nonstop. And I'm saying that in the most humble way. And I'm saying that because I never feel like that. So like when you tell me like you're so proud of me or like, dude, you're crushing, dude, you're doing so well. Like, damn, I always knew you would be great. Like, you're such a good, I'm like, dude, thank you. But I don't believe you because I don't feel like that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that about myself. So now I'm like questioning other people's character because I'm like, if I don't feel like that, I feel like you're lying to me now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where like I struggle the most because I don't know what the blockage is there, and I think I'm searching for that. But that blockage where it's just like, how does everyone else around me like me and be proud of me, and they think I'm doing well, but I don't really like me that much, and I question myself, and I struggle, with self-worth and self-love and my identity and what's my purpose and why am I here and
Right.
and what am I doing is what you're doing even true to you, or are you doing something because other people are validating you for it, and then now you just want to do more of it because then you get more external validation to subside the fact that you actually don't love yourself that much.
Right.
That's where like I've been for like the last 6 to 8 months, and it's very weird. And that's why I said, like, that's why I started the pod, where I question, because there's times where I believe people when they tell me how they feel about me.
Yeah.
And I'm like damn, like the hard work has paid off.
Mm-hmm.
But 75% of the time, it's like, why? Like, stop lying to me. I don't even feel like that about myself.
Yeah.
And I'm with myself 24/7. You
Yeah.
only see from the outside.
Yeah.
But I think that is the case, because a lot of people only see what you put out.
Mm-hmm.
People only see what you tell them, or people only hear what you tell them. So it's like, you're not gonna give them like the skeletons in your closet. You're not gonna give them the shit that you don't want other people to know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, not for nothing, like, bro, none of us, like, bro, we're not bad dudes.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like none of us here, I'm not saying like, I think I hold and I think that's another thing. Like, I hold myself to a very high standard. I think I hold myself to a higher standard than I hold other people.
Yeah.
Like, I give other people so much more forgiveness than I ever give myself.
Right.
Like when people fuck up, I'm like, dude, like he's a human. He's a
Yeah.
person. Like, or she's just a human.
We
like
never do that with us.
Dude, like people make mistakes. When I fuck up, I'm like, are you like really? Like, is that like that's how you're living your life?
Yeah.
I don't hold myself to the same standard as to the
Mhm.
standard that I give other people, and I just wish I did that. Like, because I think I would be a lot more like proud of myself, more forgiving, less judgmental of like who I am, because I'm so forgiving to other people. I'm probably like forgiving to a fault
Mm-hmm.
to other people around me that make mistakes or maybe treat me poorly. But like when I treat myself poorly, I can't forgive myself. And
Mhm.
I think that's a terrible trait to have, because you're always questioning yourself. You're always looking in the mirror
Yeah.
and seeing two different people.
Yeah.
Like,
Because we know ourselves. We
Exact-
see the shortcomings. Like you said, just to piggyback off of what you
Yeah.
said, like we're with ourselves 24/7. And I don't want to cut you off.
no, go.
Not to. I could speak on why I'm not happy with myself, because I know for a fact over the last 2 years, I went against pretty much all of the, I don't want to say morals, but
Yeah.
I want to say ideologies that I've had growing up, where I was like, yo, I want to be with a girl that knew me before anything.
Yeah.
And I was. But when I broke up with her that first time in the spring of 2022, and I started to fuck around with somebody that was on the complete opposite spectrum of everything I ever said that I wanted.
Yeah.
And I preface to say, she is a great person. Don't get it twisted. I've talked shit about her before on here a lot. But she is a great person. But she was on the opposite end of everything that I've ever said that I wanted. I left everything that I said that I wanted and went to everything that was the opposite of what I wanted. Right?
Yeah.
I let lust like ruin my life a little bit.
That's what it does.
It's what it did.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what it does.
And I lost somebody later. She stayed with me during that whole time, and then I lost her later because of that. I was fucking around with somebody who basically valued me for what I did for her instead of who I was, and I chased that for like 2 years on and off, right? On and off. It wasn't steady, but it was on and off, and I chased it for so long, and that's why I don't believe people when they tell me sometimes, yo, you're amazing, yo, you're doing this, yo, you saved me, or you helped me, yada, yada, because they don't really know about that. They don't know that I left the best person to ever enter my life to go with somebody. She wasn't the worst person. She's a great person as a human being, but she was everything that I never wanted in somebody. And I chased it for so long because, and fuck it, I'm a little drunk. I don't really care. The sex was great. She had so much sex appeal. She was out all the time. It was just a different type of situation. You know what I'm saying? And
I mean, you're speaking facts, bro.
That's what
Just
happens. What it was, bro. I was making at that time more money than I had ever made before. I was trying to keep up with the Joneses. I was trying to impress somebody that I already had, but she had her hook in me, and the only way to keep that hook was to spend more, to do more, to be more, right? And being more is good,
Yeah.
but in the right way. And I was being more in the fucking wrong way.
Yeah.
When really, I would be, honestly, bro, I would be where I want to be right now if I never made that one wrong decision. You know, I see a lot of street interviews sometimes, right? Where a dude will go up to a 60-year-old man and be like, yo, can you give me some advice? And he's like, make sure you pick the right one. And I picked the right one, and then I unpicked her. And then I picked her again, and she unpicked me. You know what I'm saying? And it was like the biggest life lesson you could ever fucking learn in your fucking life, bro. It's funny, but it's the truth. And you learn more through that than you ever did, bro. And I'm grateful that it happened to me now, because I saw myself. This is something that I've never said out loud. I saw myself becoming more and more like my father, bro. My father was in prison from 19 to 30. He got out at 30. He married my mother while he was away. And the moment that he got home, he was cheating on her, doing everything that he wasn't supposed to be doing, right? And that fumbled way later in their lives. They were like 50, 55 or whatever the fuck. And not that I was cheating on Gianna, but I'm thankful that all of that happened when I was 30 instead of happening when I was 60. So at least maybe now I can learn from it and apply it and not let that shit ever happen again. You know what I'm saying? I never had a strong foundation of what love was supposed to look like, because my parents, they were good for like 18 years, but he never loved her loudly. He never, you know what I'm saying? I never seen it, you know? From anywhere, from aunts, uncles, whatever. Now I have older cousins that are married and have kids, and I'm so thankful for them because I get to see what love is supposed to look like. But I never saw what love was supposed to look like as a kid, and I let it inspire me to not love the right way when I got older. And I'm just glad that I fumbled. I'm not glad that I fumbled the best thing that ever happened to me, but at least I'm glad that it happened now and it didn't happen much later. What the fuck?
What is that,
bro?
What is that?
I can't really hear it. I don't know the song. Is it a Christian
You're gonna
song?
get us copywritten.
Yeah,
Get
I don't know what that is.
Send it
What
to
is
him
it?
after.
Break it down for me.
Mama, I'm coming home. You know, it's just like Ozzy, rip Ozzy, you know.
R.I.P. and Hulk Hogan.
And Hulk Hogan, yeah, and Hulk Hogan.
We lost
Crazy,
two
man.
legends in the same fucking week, bro.
That is crazy.
That is crazy, bro.
I mean, we did talk about that on the Patreon,
Yeah.
though. Like, did either of you think about Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan today? I know we didn't know them personally, but like
Yeah.
that's how like quick life is. But
Yeah.
I
go into
only
what
thought
you're
about
saying.
them because I saw some shit on Instagram. But if
Okay,
it wasn't
but
for,
yeah.
I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why did you bring that up?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, bro. I don't know what's going on with me with these things. I'm getting like these like
Downloads?
Yeah, like downloads or metaphors or whatever. But like as you're talking about that, I just started hearing, "Mama, I'm coming home." You know, like, and there's something about that song, right? Like this guy's like this like cavalier. He's like a renegade. You know, he's like, what is he, like the Prince of Darkness? You know, and like he's out there doing it his own way his entire life, and he's ripping the head off bats, and he's just living this crazy life, and probably having sex with any girl that he wants, and he's doing all these drugs, and he's got this house. Maybe his relationship with his wife isn't great, maybe it is, maybe his kids have mental health problems, maybe, and then all of a sudden it's like, "Mama, I'm coming home," and you get like, I thought about that with what you were saying, because you were like, here's this other girl that, well, here's this girl that I love more than anything. And here's this other girl that has more sex appeal. Maybe she speaks better. Maybe she's more traveled.
I related to her
The
more.
world told me that she was the one. So I went after it. And then, "Mama, I'm coming home," you know? Because it's like, I just think that's beautiful, bro, because it's like you think that this is what's going to fulfill you in life, and you realize that you were wrong.
Completely, bro.
And,
I was trying to fill up a gas tank that had a hole in it.
bro,
I'm
This guy.
this guy. Situation.
That's
you
why I
gotta
started
send us this.
laughing. Yeah.
You gotta
Where are
send
you
us
finding
those, bro,
these?
yeah.
Where are you finding
Yeah.
these? Are you coming up with these?
It's the tequila.
That's pretty
Oh,
good.
okay.
It's the tequila,
This guy
bro.
comes up with,
Yeah.
It's-
you should drink and start writing poems.
No, I should just start drinking and recording more.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
true, too. Yeah.
Anyway, no, bro. The situation married, you know,
Yeah.
his high school sweetheart. After all the women, I found out that he was doing tensomes.
Who?
situation. Mike the situation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like during like Jersey Shore season 3, 10
Yeah.
girls at a time.
Yeah,
he'd
it's
bring
crazy.
in, you know, like, and then he ends up with his high school sweetheart.
I
Because
would fucking.
what do we
do
really
anything.
want?
I would
we
do
just,
anything.
We really just. I mean, we really do want the tensome. We really want it, you know. But
the
that's
ego wants it.
But that's where, you know, it's
we
like,
want that, but we don't really want that.
no, but we
think-
really
want it,
no,
but we
we
don't need
really
it.
want it, but we also really don't want it. But that's the thing is,
We
who-
think we really want it.
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah,
in
yeah,
me that
yeah,
wants
yeah.
it, I'm gonna starve.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's not who I really am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to realize that by going after it. Not the tensomes, but you get what I mean.
No,
You know.
for sure. Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Tensomes.
But you get it.
Tensomes
Like
Yeah.
is crazy.
that's crazy.
yeah,
I don't have enough
I wouldn't even
I don't
want
have
to do
enough.
that.
for that.
That's too
Yeah.
much.
That's way
what
too
are we
much.
doing?
Yeah.
I don't have enough of that.
What are we
It's too
doing?
I don't have enough of that.
3 is probably good.
Yeah.
But whatever.
3 is probably good.
Yeah, no, bro. I mean, yeah, it's weird with the with the women. I mean, obviously I had a weird week. Sure, we'll get into it now.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel today about that? I meant to ask you that because you did say the morning after. Are you going to?
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, the morning after I was banged up, dude. And
Mhm.
that's what made me question, like, what is this? You know, what is this? Because this thing now it's getting confusing to me. Now it's getting confusing to me where it seems like out of my control. It seems like an external, like, deviant, like, placed in my life, you know. And it's like, what is this? You know, because now it doesn't. Now it's far from understanding.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically, like, bro, like, she called me out of nowhere, and I set expectations, and I accepted the fact that I'm never going to speak to this girl again. No matter how I feel about her, no matter what I'm gonna do, she's gone. Like, I have to let her go. And I accepted that. And I was in, like, my healing journey, and she calls me, you know, and I speak to her. And then that next morning, bro, I cried. Like, when I tell you, it was like you ever cry, like, so much and it feels so good?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it feels almost as good as being, like, ecstatically happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I cry, like, uncontrollably. Like, I'm sitting on the toilet at, like, 7:30 in the morning, like, crying my eyes out,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Like, I can't control it. And I don't know what it is. And I just got to a place where I was just like, dude, what is this? Who is this girl? Like, how, like, why is she making me feel like this? I don't understand it. Like, you know, like, I don't understand it.
Right.
This is out of our human understanding. It
Mhm.
makes no sense. You go on to 100 strangers in New York City and you tell them this situation, they'd be like, "You're out of your mind. What you're a crazy person. Like,
Yeah.
you belong in a psychiatric center."
Yeah.
And, you know, and then I got in the shower and I cried more, and I got out the shower and then I put on the Louis Capaldi and I cried more. And it just it made no sense to me. And I just, like, after experiencing all that, feeling that type of love that you can't control, like loving someone when you don't want to love them anymore, is the craziest feeling ever. Because you know how much it hurts you. You know how much pain it causes you. You know, like, it's making you cry at 7 a.m. right off of the wake up. But it's like the best feeling in the world. And you want to feel that feeling even though it hurts you so much. Like, I'm like, I was trying so hard to let go, and I accepted the fact that, like, she'll never be here ever again. And I was and I was okay with that. And the moment she stepped back in, all the healing went away.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I went like they fixed the scar, and I went back in for fucking surgery, you
Mhm.
know, like, and then it reopened the wound, and that was it, you know, like, there was nothing I could do about it. And I don't know, like, I think, like, when that's why I question this thing so much, and I'm almost like, it's honestly given me some type of hope and like possibility. That was our part of our last conversation of like well, with God, like anything's possible. And I think that's a cool perspective to have, because anything you can imagine in life, it's possible. Anything you want in life, it's actually possible. It can happen at some point. Maybe not on your timeline, maybe not the way you want it to happen, but that thing that you dream of or that you imagine or you envision at times, it's possible. And just the thought of like seeing her one day or like running into her, and like we spoke about that, like, yo, this might be possible. It could happen. Like to have that level of like love that you don't understand, it's so odd to me, and I don't know where it came from, you know, and I don't know why. And that's why like this whole situation is, I don't know, it's been a once in a lifetime experience that I don't think I'll ever forget. And I think that was one of the last things I told her, where I was like, hey, like if this is the last time we ever speak, I'm so grateful to have known you and for the impact that you've had on my life. I'm so happy that whatever we shared, that I got to experience that, and I wouldn't change it for anything. Because there's times where I told her, I'm like, what if we took it a little bit slower? Like, do you think it would have changed? But then I was like, well, then I would have missed out on whatever I felt. And I didn't try to feel that. And I think that's the difference. Like when people try to force how they want to feel for someone, that's why it doesn't work. And then when you just feel something for someone and it just happens, you're so confused because you're like, I didn't even try to feel like this, but this is how I feel. And that's why it feels so external and out of this world. And yeah, I just told her like, dude, like, well, I don't know what this is. I'm so confused. I'm so like blown away. This makes no sense, but I'll never forget you. You know, I could never forget you for like as short-lived as this thing was. I'll never forget you. Like I'll always think about you. I'll always have a place in my heart for you. And I'll like you will always like, I'm going to take you and this period of my life with me for the rest of my life. Like no matter what. And that was just, it was just a good, to cry and be in so much pain, but it felt so good also to feel that, because you feel alive, you know, you feel so in the moment. And I don't know what that is, you know, and that's what I've been trying to search for these last, you know, obviously couple of days since I last spoke to her, and obviously over even a couple of months of why, you know. And I think that's what it is, you know, like we search everywhere else for what we think is better, you know. And like on paper, she's not what I want. On paper, you ask me what you want in a girl, what you want in a woman, what you would look for, everything. She doesn't check all the boxes. Probably not. But then when you meet that girl, she's everything you ever wanted, and you had no idea that you wanted it until you got to experience it. And then we think that we need to go search for better. We think we need I need a better looking girl. I need a girl that's more lit. I need a girl that's, you know, we think the grass is greener, and it's not greener. And she literally changed everything I thought I wanted in a woman. Everything I wanted in a woman changed when I met her, you know? And that feeling is, it's a weird feeling that I guess you will never understand until you experience it. And yeah.
I think the reason why I can relate to you on why does crying and that release feel so good? Why does sometimes the sadness feel so good? And I think it's because we're just so super fucking present in that moment. Nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Even if it's sad.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters. And I just hope to one day feel so happy that nothing else matters. Right?
Yeah, in that present. Yeah.
And it's just the flip. It's just the opposite. Right? Like I just came into this now. If somebody were to ever ask me, what do you want out of life? My answer is going to be, I just want to feel so happy one day that being so happy in that present moment is all that matters because I'm so present.
Yeah.
Instead of being the opposite, I'm so sad in this moment and that's the only thing that matters and it's made me so present. You know? It's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But you said it. You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say it's because you feel alive.
Well, I think that's why we chase that like you and I relate on that of like we've always leaned more towards that like sad, mindset because every time we felt sad, we felt alive.
Yep.
And like when we felt happy, we felt undeserving. So that's why we would lean more towards the sadness is because damn, at least I was present. At least I felt alive. At least I felt like I was true to what I'm feeling right now.
Exactly.
I deserve what I'm feeling right now. Whatever this is, it feels real. And then when you are feeling good, you feel undeserving because you don't actually believe what other people are telling you. And I think that's where, we can relate on that.
You hit it on the head.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Something to think about.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Do you think that the reason why you felt that way could be because you're so incessantly searching for an identity? Subconsciously, not that you're like seeking it out, but there's a part of you like you found this feeling and you're like, yeah, this is like kind of what I want. Because my only thing is I felt what you felt before for like Mrs. Fox.
Okay.
You know? And like looking back, she's gonna have mad flaws. Like you'd find them out eventually.
Yeah.
You'd uncover them eventually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So do you think I'm not saying it wasn't her. It could have been her. But do you think that it also compounds because you were able to find like an identity in her?
I think she was the first girl that made me want to be the person I'd actually finally be proud of.
Fire.
And I think I've searched for that for so long because I think a lot of girls that I've dated and been with have accepted me for who I was in that time. And like she held me to a higher standard and was like, I can't be with you unless you're this type of person. And that wasn't like money or traveling or cars or watches or what life you can provide for me. It was like being a good fucking guy.
Right.
And no girl has ever brought me there before. And I think that's why it hit me so hard because I was like, that's what I've been looking for the whole time. Is like I want a girl that's going to actually change my heart. And she was the first girl to ever change my heart.
It's a beautiful thing.
That's a bar.
It's a beautiful fucking thing.
Yeah.
That's a bar.
Yeah.
Dude, I can relate. I can relate. Yeah, I mean, dude, that's the best. I mean, when you I've only had this with one girl in my life, and not only did I want to be better, I just was better.
Yeah.
It's so easy. It's so easy. And I really think that says a lot about your partner, Like anytime I tell someone that I'm struggling with lust, they're like, "Is your girl Christian?" And I'm like, "Kinda." They're like, "Oh, well, that's it." Because it's like you're struggling with it, but she's not. So how in the world are you guys ever going to figure it out if you're trying, but she's not trying? That's not going to work. I knew that when I dated a girl that had a higher standard for life, that it just helped me have a higher standard. Because it was like, dude, you want to know how you feel really weird? Imagine like being with a girl that doesn't have sex and then like trying to take their pants off. You feel really weird doing some shit like that.
Been there.
Yeah, Yeah, not like when we were 13,
No,
but
I've been there. Yeah.
Right.
Dude,
It's
yeah.
just like because your body wants it.
Of course.
Like
and we've also
you're-
done it.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
We're comfortable with that
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're lusting for it, and then here's this girl that's like innocent. And I think that's like that I think is like really what makes you know, that's like the type of woman that I would look for as well, as like the type of girl that like she almost like shines a flashlight on my BS.
Makes
Yep.
you question who you are.
Yep.
You know,
No, she shines.
makes you second guess everything you do almost in a good way.
Yeah.
Where our initial reaction, like our subconscious,
Yeah.
wants to act on something,
Yeah.
but then you think about her, right? And then you think about the man that you actually want to be,
Yeah.
and then you're like, I'm not going to do that thing. But we settle for the girls that they don't challenge us.
Just let us rock.
It's comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
think about every girl, at least for me, every girl I've ever truly been with outside of the one
Yeah.
that I've
Mhm.
just been speaking about never challenged me.
Mm-hmm.
It was all about like more vacations.
Right.
You don't
Yeah.
buy me enough.
Mm-hmm.
We need to go on more dates and dinner dates, and we need to do more activity. It's all surface level
Bullshit.
BS.
Right.
Yep.
You know, she never like. There's never been a girl that I've actually dated who has challenged me to be a better man.
Yeah.
Never. It was always, what can you do for me?
Yep.
Or why can't you provide this for me because I want this? This is going to make me happy. This will make the relationship better. It was never that. How about like you actually try to make me a better man for once? Like
Yeah.
I'm struggling too. I got enough on my plate. I'm trying to do better for myself. But like I'm with you because I thought you were going to help me like elevate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you're just making me feel less about myself because of what I can't provide for you right now because I'm trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And that's the women we settle with because they look good and they're comfortable and they are easy for the time being. And then once you find out who they really are, that was never the girl you wanted to be with.
Yeah.
It was never the girl. Their true colors come out once that honeymoon phase ends. You know, their true colors come out once you don't do the things that you used to do in the beginning because you're trying to figure your shit out as a man. And not once did she ever try to like make you better or challenge you or question you and not question you of like, why aren't we going on vacation this month? Like question you of like, yo, like I love you. I know who you truly are. Like you're not being the guy that I truly know. You're not being the man that I met when I first met you.
Yeah.
That's the girl that you want. That's going to come at you not in a disrespectful way, not in like a challenging way to make you feel like she's about to leave you, but in a way that like, damn, this girl really loves me. Like she really wants me to be the best version of myself. Like she's going to hold me to a higher standard than I hold myself because she cares about me.
Yep.
That's what we want as men, you know? Like we want that girl that's going to hold us to that standard. They're hard to come by. So we settle for less.
And you better
we
be
settle
ready for it.
Well, here's the thing, boys. They're not hard to come by. They're not hard to come by. A good girl wants a good man, and bro, that's why I love church. I'm not saying go to the church as like don't
right,
don't
easy
abuse
pickings,
it.
find a woman.
Don't go
Yeah,
to
yeah,
don't
yeah,
don't
yeah.
use it like Hinge.
Yeah.
But dude, there's millions and millions and millions of good girls out there.
Be a good,
But are we good guys?
be a good guy and
That's
Are we
true.
good guys?
That's true.
and
That's
know?
attract a good girl.
It's like, bro, there's so many, and especially even with just the use of the internet, right? I mean, it's all. I mean, maybe that was a bad point, but like, I'm just saying, like, dude, I get blown away at, like, I don't know. I met a ton of good women over this past year, and it's very inspiring for me to know that there's a whole piece of society that's like Love Island, and
Yeah.
there's a whole group of girls that are like, we don't want to do that.
mm-hmm.
We don't want to do that because look at what it's producing. It's producing bad men,
Mm-hmm.
bad partners, and bad women. You know, and yeah, I mean, I think that's just such a good point, right? A good girl wants a good man, and I
And
think
like she wants you to be a good man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
But that, yeah,
You
exactly.
better be ready for it though.
Yeah, but bro, that's why, like, listen, bro, yeah,
No, say it.
I'm gonna talk about God until the cows come home, until the day
Bro,
I die.
say it.
No,
Yeah,
because,
don't
bro,
hold
'cause
back. I don't want you to
yeah.
hold back on
No.
this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
No,
But
this
like,
is great right now.
yeah,
This
bro.
is-
Yeah, bro. Say it.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, I need my woman to have God in her life.
Of course.
Because it's not you and her the same. A good woman wants a good guy, and a good guy wants a good woman, but neither of you are good.
Mhm.
Okay, so here's the things inside you, like whatever makes you not good. Everyone has different things. When I say people aren't good, I don't mean that some people are angry and punching people, but how angry are some people at themselves?
Yeah.
You just said it. You can never be proud, and the only time you feel good is when you're crying hysterically. That's not good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so like that, we all have like crosses inside of us, right? And like that's why I need my woman to have a strong relationship with God, because I know that she's holding herself accountable. Because the reason, in my opinion, the reason why we're never proud of ourselves is because we know who we really are.
Exactly.
I know who I am.
Yep.
When I know who I really am.
Mhm.
And let me tell you the truth. There are a lot of times recently where I am proud of myself because I am doing the right thing. And like that's what I want in a woman. It's like I can't, you can't have, I don't need a woman to check me, because it's not her job to check me. I have God in my life, he checks me, and then I know that he checks her. And with God at the center of the relationship, it really no problem is too impossible to overcome. And yeah, I just end that all to say that like I really, yeah, I really need in a partner a woman that loves God.
Yeah, and I think that, like, quickly, I just think that having that removes a lot of like insecurities and questions about your partner
Yeah.
when it's real.
Mhm.
When it's real, because like when you know it's real, you don't have to second guess or question stuff. Like when
Yeah.
you're in just a relationship and there's no God involved, there's no higher power involved, whatever you believe in.
Mhm.
You're going to question a lot of things because there's no standard. The only standard that is set is the standard that you guys set in the relationship as humans.
Right.
And you guys are very weak and very vulnerable and very lustful and very we suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We make a lot of mistakes.
Mhm.
But when you have that's a nice just like root where you're like, when it's real. Because there's
Yeah.
other people that can fake it too. Like, don't get that misguided too. There's a lot of
Mhm.
people that can jack
Of
that they
course.
believe in God, that
Of
we all
course.
know that
Yeah.
God fearing and all this stuff. And then on one story post, it's
Yeah.
it's a Bible verse, right? And then I'm on their close friends,
Yeah.
and they're twerking.
Mhm.
Or it's a very like sexual picture on Instagram to a select few of people, which is probably for a woman, a lot of men on that close friends that want them to see them in that light. But you just posted a Bible verse,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and now you're like posting a sexual act on your close friends on Instagram.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it better because it's on your close friends and the public can't see it.
Right,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Because that actually is who you really are.
that's who you really are. Your story that you posted to public is who you want people to see
think-
you as.
And maybe
you
it
are.
may be who you want to be,
Yeah, but
but
you're
it's
not.
actually you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys the moment that I know that I lost G. Now, I preface this to say that this is a girl that bought me a little square book that had 365 Bible verses in it. And it was a different verse for every day.
It's pretty cool.
And she told me, wake up in the morning and do this every day. Open the book to the day, January 1st, and go throughout the whole year. And it was amazing. Did I do it? No. And then I remember when I finally woke up one day in fucking December or January or whatever the fuck it was of last year. I was like, I gotta be better. I'm gonna lose this girl. And I said to her, I know our lives are busy. I know we both have a lot going on, but I want to dedicate one night a week that we'll go out and we'll eat and we'll have date night, whatever. And then on Sundays, do you want to go to church with me? And she was like, I'll let you know. Now, mind you, this is not a girl who doesn't have a relationship with God. She does. She was just checked out of our relationship.
You're right. Right.
Right? And it was the moment that I realized, I said, fuck.
Yeah.
I said, what do you mean you'll let me know? I said, you bought me 2 books over the past 2 years and told me to read a Bible verse every day to help me get through what I'm going through. And finally, when I woke up and I said, hey, do you want to go walk up the block from my house to church every Sunday morning? And she was like, oh, yeah, I'll let you know. You know? And this is a girl who has a relationship with God.
Yeah.
She was everything I ever wanted, and I didn't realize it until I didn't have it anymore. But I only preface that to say that you don't really know what you got until it's gone. The cliches are cliches because they're true. But she was the epitome of, she wasn't just surface. She actually, bro, when I came home from that fucking bachelor party, Memorial Day weekend of 2024, and I posted on my close friends for like 10 people to see that I didn't want to be here anymore, she called me in the morning, and that she was already on the way to my house. I told her, don't come. She said, yeah, all right. She hung up and she knocked on my door. This was a girl that just wanted me to be okay. Right. And then finally, when the come down was over and she spent a couple hours in my house, she cleaned my whole fucking house. I was gone for a week, whatever the case may be. And she left. I went to go sit down on the couch and just decompress by myself. I felt a knock at the door, and I'm like, what the fuck was this? And I opened the door, and she was just fucking there crying in front of my door. You know, so I only preface all that to say that this is the girl that she didn't say no to me because she didn't have a relationship with God anymore. She said no to me because she didn't have a relationship with me anymore. You know? And it took me losing that to realize that. Right? And yeah, the cliches are cliches because they're true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Was that book called Jesus Calling?
It might have been, yeah. There was one was orange, and then the next one was purple.
Purple. Jesus
And,
Calling was purple. That's funny. That's the one that I found, and yeah, I would send that to like my ex from a couple of years ago every day, and then when we broke up, I sent it to her every morning. That was like how we started it. And this is like, I mean, bro, this is 2019, 2020. We're talking like 5-6 years ago, you know?
You were on it.
Yeah, it's funny. But like once we broke up, I still sent it. Like we didn't talk, so there was no text thread. Everything I just kept sending her because I wanted her back. Yeah, and like I just wanted to stay consistent. But I sent her the verse and the quote like every single day for the next, I don't know, 6 months. But there was no other text. It would just be that, and then that was it. She wouldn't like it, love it, dislike nothing, and it was just that. But it was called Jesus Calling by Sarah. I forgot the girl's last name, but those are good. Yeah, I like those.
Bible verses, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's like so it's not only a Bible verse, so it's like a quote. It's kind of a quote of like what this day means. And some days it was like, yeah, it was a good read. But then there's some days where you're like, you woke up and you're like, damn, I feel exactly like this. It was crazy, you know. And then on the second page there would be 3 Bible verses, and it would list like where it came from in the Bible. Cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Jesus Calling. I'll send you I have the book. I can send you the link.
I still have both of them.
I have I have the on the phone. You know what is it called? What's that called on? What's the book app on your phone where you have books?
Books?
It might just be called books. I don't know.
It ain't called books. Now it's gonna bother me real quick. I'm saying it'll take 2 seconds.
Library?
No. It's like I think it's through Amazon.
Audible?
Audible's where you listen.
Yeah.
Audible's where you listen. This one you read. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, whatever. I'll find it. But I can send. Yeah, whatever. It's good though. I should probably. Yeah, we should all probably get on there.
I should probably start reading that every day.
You know, it's just a good way to start your day. Like if you're not reading the Bible, like at least like I know I get it. Like sometimes it's hard for people to like wake up and open the Bible, and read and find what they want to read. This gives it to you. Yeah. It gives you your message for the day and 3 Bible verses, and hey, it might hit, it might not, but it's called Jesus Calling. It's by Sarah something. I
didn't realize how important it was until later. You know, much later. And there's beauty in that and bittersweetness in that, but yeah, as long as you realize it. Me, I realized it too late, but at least I realized it, and I can apply it now. You know. Yeah. It's tough.
It's a good app, boys. Felt like an OG one. There we go.
OG episode.
It's funny. We all
we
struggled before.
About it.
Couldn't figure out what we wanted to talk about. We're all wearing white and navy blue hats.
Yeah. Well, you started off pretty good with the identity shit. That was perfect.
Yeah, I mean, bro. That's something I struggle with
every
the time.
Day, my whole life. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, because
I love y'all.
Yeah, love you too, man. This was good.
Love
Y'all
you
want to
guys.
get dinner? Can we get dinner?
Yeah, let's
please?
go.
Let's
What
dinner.
time is it? Is it
It's
still-
9, but I'm saying we'll find a
Oh, it's
spot. We'll
9.
get
Yeah,
dinner,
let's
bro.
do it. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go to
let's
dinner.
go.
Yeah, let's get
Rock Peas
dinner.
might close at 11, bro.
On
Let me see.
Saturday, I think they
On
close
Saturday?
it. Oh, it might be 11.
Let me
Let's
see.
see.
Eleven.
Let me